Hi, fellow designers. You're welcome again to my YouTube channel. Today, I'll be showing you three tricks, like three good tricks that can help you to step up your design game. Let's get started. Number one trick is click on shapes instead of just leaving your, like, let's say you want to add the contact details on social media pages and all of that to a design. Like after designing, then you want to add their contact details down here instead of just leaving it like this and putting your color like this, then adding your color like this. Okay, let's just give this a white background like this. A better way to make your design look very good, click on the shape, scroll down to inner shadow, click on inner shadow and click on enable. Once you've enabled it, you can see the effect that it has on it. You can see that the effect that it has on it. So you can just leave it black like this, then increase the blur radius to 25 depending on what you want. So after doing that, you can also add a texture to make it look more nice. Click on texture. Okay, let me do that again. I think that was too fast. This once you've clicked on the image and you've added your inner shadow, go scroll back to texture beside the opacity, click on texture, then click on the gallery icon. After clicking on the gallery icon, you can just add a texture to it. Make sure the background of the texture is removed, like the texture is background free. So here is it. So here is what the texture looks like. Then you add it to it. How come? It's because the okay, can you see? So this is what I'm talking about. Also note, you will notice that when I remove the color, that was when the texture showed. When you want to add the texture to your shapes, make sure that the color, you are not adding your color from this side. You see when I added the color, the texture has disappeared. So do not add your color to this side, from this side, sorry. So you add your color from the edit side. Once you're editing it, you just add your color once and for all from there, directly from there. So since this is the color that we are using, we'll add it. So can you see now? You will notice that it's now showing everything you want to edit. Before you come back here, make sure you edit everything so you will not have any problem from this side. Because if you go here and add color, then you go to texture, you will notice that it will not show. Even though it's not texture, anything you want to add, if you add your color from here, then you go to texture and add a texture to it, it will not show. Also, if you notice something, let me zoom it. You notice that there's a line here. Why is there a line there? It's because of the size of the texture is half, so the thing is divided into two. How will you make the texture cover the whole space of the shape? Go to texture, then you increase the scale to 205, or to how you want it to be. Okay, just increase it to 205 like that. So if you notice, then you drag it like this to, you will notice that there's no any line there like this. You see that this is very much better, and it also make your design look more nice than if it's this way. Let's remove the texture. You can see this is better than this, and also this. Let's remove the inner shadow. This is definitely better than this. It will help you to make it, it will help your design to look very nice, like more nice. So this is the first trick. So let's move to the next one. The second trick is, okay, so let's just delete this one. You know, this is my background. Let's assume I'll be using a white background for my image, for my design, and I don't just want to leave it plain. And I don't want the design to be too complex or too just, I just want to do something simple. This is how to go about it. Okay, so instead of leaving your background plain, you can add textures to your background. Let's import a texture from pin. So I've downloaded the texture already. Let me look for it. So you just go to your Pinterest and search for texture background to bring different okay, this is an example of what texture is. This, so you can add it to your background to make it look more nice. You'll notice that this texture has a background. So how will I remove the background? I'll go to erase color, click on enable. You will notice that the background has been removed. I can also increase the tolerance to make it fade. But if I don't want to do it, I can just leave it at 10, then reduce the opacity depending on what I want. Leave it at 10, then increase it to fill the space and reduce the opacity just a little. Can you see our background looks more nice than the way it was? Can just leave it at 20, better. There are different texture you can add to your background. There are some ones that are not texture that you can also add. Let me show you an example of it. And I add them to my background a lot to make them look more nice. So something like this, I'm coming. Something like this, like this, like this. So let's just take this one. So also the same process, go to erase color and erase the color, click on enable. It has been enabled, then you click on mark, let it fill the whole page, then you reduce the opacity. Go to opacity, no, go to opacity, then reduce the opacity. Can you see? Look at it, it blends so well with the background. So you reduce the opacity to your taste, how you want your design to be. You understand? So this is it. Instead of just leaving your background plain, you can just add some little things to make it look more nice, to make it look very nice. Okay, so that's the trick for number. That's the trick number two trick that can help you to step up your design game. So let's move to the third design trick. Okay, now for the third trick, let's assume. Okay, let me first import the image. Okay, where's photo? Okay, so here is the. Let's just go for this. You will notice that this is a 3D icon. Yes, 3D. It's a 3D notification icon. So let's assume I want to change the color to another color. Let's assume this orange does not go well with the design I'm doing, so I want to change the color. How do I go about it? And I don't want to use this color. You know, if you add this color, everything is going to fade. The 3D effect is going to fade. It's going to change to 2D. Let me enable it so you can see. Look at it. It is now 2D. You can see, you notice that it's now 2D. It has turned to 2D. But what if I don't want it? I want it to stay retain its 3D, but I want to change the color. How do I go about it? So you move to color filters. Here we see the color filters is beside opacity by the left and beside stroke by the right. So click on color filters. This hue will help you. I use hue, saturation and brightness will help you to change the color of your 3D icons. So you can just move it to the color you want. Let's assume this is the color we want to use. But I'm thinking that it's too light. I want a darker something. So you just reduce the saturation a little bit. It's okay at 25. Then you reduce the brightness. You see that it is better than the way it was. Why I reduce the saturation is to make the brightness, like as I'm reducing the brightness, so that it's going to look more nice. But let me show you without the saturation. You see that it will not really look nice. It's going to look somehow. Look at it. So you just reduce the saturation a little bit, just small. You can just even leave it at 15 safe. Yeah, then you reduce the brightness by 45 depending on how you want it to be. Like this, you can be able to change to the color you want, any color of your choice, So can you see, you can change to any color of your choice, but note it is not all the color that is there. Yes, it is not all the colors that are there, but you should still be able to find one that you use. You understand? So this is how to go about it. And that is the third trick for today. So let me show you some designs that you can use, like the first one I showed you, like that, the shape one and texture, the inner shadow, some designs that you can add inner shadow to and all of that. I'm coming, give me some minutes, let me search for it. Okay, something like this. Look at this design now. It was a replication design I made recently. Yes, look at it. You will see that an inner shadow was added to it, and a texture too was added to it. Yes, this design was originally made by one of my mentors, so I replicated this design. Look at it. You will notice that you see, let's now assume that I left this without the texture and the inner shadow. How would the design have been? So this thing can help your design to look more nice, to look very much okay than just looking ordinary. You understand? So that's how it works. I hope you find this tutorial video helpful. If you found it helpful, drop a like, a comment, and don't forget to click on the subscribe button. Also, turn on your post notification to always be notified anytime I drop a new video. Thanks for watching. Bye. See you in my next video.